Well, hello there guys, welcome to Dinos Vault and welcome to my first ride review of the Royal Enfield Thunderbird 350x. I know you guys are really eager to know as to how it rides. That's exactly what I am here to share. But before that, just in case you haven't seen my detailed walk-around review of the Thunderbird 350x where I showcase it in 4K Ultra HD, I highly recommend that you watch it right away because in that video I share almost everything that you need to know about this all-new modern retro classic roadster from Royal Enfield. So Royal Enfield have always offered us motorcycles that one buys with his or her heart rather than with his mind, because when we go with our mind, we have reasoning, we have analysis, we think about the features, we weigh the pros and cons, check the value for money proposition, compare it with its rivals, and then make up our mind finally. But when we follow our hearts, it has more to do with what moves your soul, what offers that emotional connect, and what is actually pure. So when we talk about Royal Enfield, it is more of an experience rather than an expectation. It is more about the feel rather than the features, and it is more about simplicity rather than sophistication. So I guess I'll stop with the preaching mode here and get on with the real thing. So before I go ahead, a quick look at the engine specs. Powering this new Thunderbird 350x is the same engine that powers the regular Thunderbird. We get the same 4-stroke air-cooled single-cylinder twin-spark 346cc carbureted engine that puts out a max power of 19.8 bhp at 5250 rpm and a max torque of 28 Newton meters at 4000 rpm. Now this comes mated to a 5-speed gearbox. Now talking about the ride feel that this bike has on offer, first I would request all of you to keep your expectations on par with what we usually expect from Royal Enfield. The Thunderbird is known for the dominating road presence and the intimidating riding stance it has on offer. The Thunderbird is also known for the solid thump that marks its arrival in its regular trademark style. What's even better now is the riding stance thanks to the newly laid out premium quality seat that gets the right kind of cushioning, which is not too hard nor is it too soft, because you need to remember that overly soft seats also tend to give you a butt ache. It gets just the right kind of cushioning to make you feel extremely comfortable, and perfectly aiding this is the all new shorter street control handlebar. Now this is a sportster kind of a handlebar that offers perfect reach. It gives you much more control now to flick the bike around with consummate ease in city conditions. At the same time, it is also wide enough to offer a commanding feel, therefore making you feel that you're riding a big bike. So ultimately, this new shorter handlebar along with a comfortably laid out seat and the perfectly set rider foot pegs offer a riding posture that allows you to ride from sunrise to sunset without feeling fatigued. Now while the riding stance is just about perfect, what still haunts this modern retro beauty are the same shortcomings of its predecessor. Now since there are no major technical changes made on the inside, the bike more or less feels the same in terms of the vibrations it has on offer in the lower RPMs, the snatchy throttle response that we've seen on the regular Thunderbird, and overall not a very pleasurable riding experience unless you manage to find that sweet spot as you shift up into the top gear and keep cruising at around 3000 to 3500 rpm, which is where the vibrations actually die down and the bike starts feeling a lot more refined. Now if you try pushing it to its limits, it starts vibrating again. So one thing you need to realize here is actually understanding each bike's character and respecting it for what it has on offer. Now you cannot expect the BMW S1000RR kind of performance from a Harley Davidson bike. Similarly, you cannot expect a Harley kind of a feel from a Triumph Tiger. These are different motorcycles that offer different experiences. So talking about Royal Enfield, what sets it apart is its age-old rich legacy spanning over 100 years. Now Royal Enfield defines and sums up Indian motorcycling long before these technologically advanced machines actually invaded our market. Even decades ago, riders on their Royal Enfields used to gear up, pack up their saddlebags, and venture out to explore new places, discover peace, and experience freedom in its truest form. So there's no taking away the legacy of the brand that will be celebrated forever. Now I know it doesn't offer the refinement that other sport bikes offer, but that's the way the bike has been made, and it offers a raw riding experience. The clutch feel is not all that hard now, and also the throttle action feels a lot lighter. It's only that the throttle response is not as instant as is the case with other sport bikes in our market. So we need to understand here that a person buys Royal Enfield not for the features it has on offer, but for the rich heritage and the age-old legacy that comes attached with each of their bikes. Now times may change and motorcycles may come and go, but Royal Enfield is an immortal brand with an unbeatable legacy that will live on forever in the heart of every motorcycle enthusiast across this world. Now the major USP or the unique selling proposition of this bike has to be the tremendous road presence that this bike offers. I mean, it's really quite amazing. Believe me, it looks absolutely stunning on the road after receiving these new design updates. Also, another major USP that falls to the favor of this bike is the super large 20-liter tank that results in offering amazing tank range. Now talking about the brakes, we get a 280mm disc with 2-piston caliper up front and a 240mm disc with single piston caliper at the back. The brakes again don't offer that razor sharp precision of a sport bike, but I guess the stopping power is decent enough considering the kind of power and performance that this bike has on offer. The suspension setup is more in line with offering great comfort. The chunky 41mm front telescopic forks soak up the bumps effortlessly. The twin gas-charged rear shock absorbers come with 5-step preload adjustability and also offer great ride quality. They don't bottom out while hitting the rough patches even when riding with a pillion on board, which is really good. Talking about the tires, we get a 19-inch 90x90 tire up front and an 18-inch 120x80 tire at the back. The tires are tubeless and they offer reasonably decent road grip considering the cruiser character of this bike. Also, many of you kept asking about the seat height. Now, I am told that the seat height of this bike is the same as that of the regular Thunderbird, which is around 775mm. So, though the seat height is actually low, since the rider's seat is a little wider, shorter riders below 5 feet 4 inches might face difficulty in being able to keep their feet flat on the ground. The ground clearance is 135mm, which sounds to be a little low, but while reviewing this motorcycle, I did come across several average size speed breakers that the bike could clear without scraping its bottom. Mileage wise, there is no official claim as such, but as per some of my friends who have owned the Thunderbird 350, it is around 40 kmpl, which is quite reasonable considering the fact that this is a 350cc bike. Price ex-showroom Delhi for the Thunderbird 350x is rupees 1.56 lakhs, and to know the exact on-road price for this bike here in Hyderabad, you can call the number appearing on the screen currently. Well, that's pretty much it for now. I just hope you found this video useful. Until next time, this is Dino saying ciao. Take care, God bless, and ride safe.